Smell them. Do it.
It smells like a zoo. Welcome to the Whiskey Tribe. Today we're going to dive into the world of what?
Smoking things.
Smoking. Cocktail smoking.
Smoking cocktails.
This is how we get demonetized. All right, so we're going to hop over to the distillery in just a moment, more specifically into the tasting room. We're going to be meeting with who?
Richard Amiro, one of our bartenders, been with us since the very beginning, since we opened the tasting room and hired our first round of bartenders.
Richard's going to walk us through some cocktail smoking basics, and then we're going to escalate the situation. Maybe some peat smoking?
Oh, wait, hang on. There's flammable stuff in the back of the distillery.
We're good. So good.
Okay.
So good. Here we go. We are in the Crowded Barrel Bar with Richard. Richard is one of our illustrious bartenders here at Crowded Barrel, and Richard's going to be walking us through the world of whiskey cocktail smoking.
Why would you smoke a cocktail?
Because it's illegal to smoke other things.
All right, so give me the broad strokes, like the simple version. What are we doing whenever we smoke a cocktail?
So we're actually introducing another flavor. You're adding that nose that you're bringing to your cocktail. Back in the old days, in the 70s, we'd put floats on top of a cocktail. So when you brought the cocktail to your face, you're smelling cherry brandy, apricot brandy, and that's your first impression of the cocktail.
And a float would just be what they pour on top without mixing it in.
Exactly.
What are the main types of cocktail categories that people are doing this with?
So I'm seeing mostly old fashions and Manhattans are the cocktails of choice for smoking.
So what's the benefit to just smoking something versus swapping the inherent base liquor with something that's smoky?
So the base liquor is going to bring its own flavor to the party, and the smoke is not going to be as elemental. It's not going to have that all of those volatile oils.
Let's dive into the fundamentals of smoking cocktails, and then you brought up one of our favorite things, which is peat smoked whiskeys. Let's do an experiment after this. Well, let's see if we can peat smoke a cocktail. We got a chunk of peat. We're gonna throw some peat in there.
Okay.
Yeah, but first, walk us through the basics here. What do we got?
So we've got cherry wood that we're starting off with, and the cherry wood we thought might have some interesting barbecue flavors, but it might add a little different note. We've tried 3 or 4 different flavors. It has wood. Yeah, it smells like wood. Stop sniffing my wood.
You did all the work for me.
You don't even have a cocktail ready yet, but you're ready to set fire to this thing. What's the order of things in smoking for a cocktail?
So yeah, one of the things that we noticed over the weekend experimenting was if you actually smoke the glass first.
Oh, okay.
So just to show you how the smoking is going to work, we're going to smoke the glass.
Okay, what do you have right here?
So this one is going to be caramel syrup.
Okay.
And this is going to be the sticky stuff that the salt and the ancho powder is going to. I brought you an ancho chili so that you can see what an ancho chili looks like. So we're basically.
So you did equal proportions of ground pepper and Himalayan salt.
Correct.
Okay.
So this is the rim of the glass that we are dipping into the caramel.
Fancy.
And it's just enough.
Oh, look, so it's not like dribbling down the side or anything.
No,
it's very
just
delicate.
enough.
Okay.
And then that goes into our chili salt mixture.
Nice.
That is a spicy adventure.
We're going to get the first impression from the smoke.
Okay.
The second impression is going to be the taste of the salt and the chili.
Yeah.
And the third is the cocktail coming into your mouth.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to smoke the glass first.
Good. Don't lean too close to that, Rex.
It takes a minute for the wood to start burning. You put it out and you smoke the glass.
Oh, nice.
It's interesting that even in an empty glass, the smoke is going to cling to that surface enough. And you said it was a very noticeable effect?
Yes, and actually adds more flavor.
And how long do you let that sit there?
So that should be around 30 to 40 seconds just to get that little bit of coating of the smoke.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Whoa, that is smoky.
Oh, it is.
That
Yeah, it's
lingered.
not just in the air.
No, it lingered.
Very, very, very intense once you put your nose in that glass.
So the cocktail, we're using Eleanor whiskey.
Yeah, so a 75-21 4 mash bill, so a lot of corn in that bourbon.
Yep.
and a high rye, comparatively speaking.
And when we're making cocktails, we're talking about flavors and flavor profiles. One of the flavors that people talk about a lot in whiskey, caramel, butterscotch. So we're using a butterscotch schnapps. Not too much, it's only a half an ounce.
So what were your proportions?
1.5 ounces of half-baked Eleanor whiskey.
Okay.
Half an ounce of butterscotch liqueur, butterscotch schnapps.
Just something butterscotchy.
Just a little bit of flavor, not a whole lot of sweetness. We want the whiskey to shine through. So we're going to strain the cocktail into the glass. We're going to repeat the smoking process.
And that's why you have the lid.
The lid, the cloche.
That's why you need something like a really tall dome so it can accommodate.
Exactly.
Okay.
And cloche is apparently French for bell.
Because right now, as I'm coming in as a whiskey drinker, all I can smell in this room is smoke.
This is not a good place to do this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is like, I'm trying to get neat whiskey samples of other things, not a smoked cocktail, and this is sort of destroying it for me.
And this will also start to cling to the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in a small space, you better be selective about this.
Probably about ready with our goulash.
Cloche.
Our goulash. Kolache? What?
Kolache.
Oh, the caramel and the butterscotch. I'm getting concerned. Is this going to be so spicy with the salt and the chili that I'm not going to find nice cocktail sweetness? But right on the edge of that glass, you have that caramel, and then in there, you have that butterscotch schnapps or whatever it is.
Right.
Keeps pace with the spicy and the smoky stuff, and it becomes really interesting. Sweetness and spiciness, multiple different flavors in each of those categories, layered on top of each other.
Oh,
Right?
it reverses.
Yeah.
It is a butterscotch whiskey
Yeah.
with a lingering chili, and the smoke disappeared a little bit. The smoke is mostly in the nose
The
for me.
smoke was an accent on the taste. It was an accent along with that sweetness. But the sweetness is the hero on that taste.
Yeah, the smoke, I was expecting the smoke to dominate this thing, and it does in the nose, but it doesn't, once you start sipping, the smoke becomes an accent around the outside edges. What's the difference between barrel-aged chunks of wood and a barrel?
It's essentially the same thing.
It's just, oh, you know what it is? It smells like pieces from the whiskey barrel, empty whiskey barrel.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they just busted up whiskey barrel. So it carried with
Smells
it.
like, yeah, it smells like wood staves from my whiskey barrel.
It carried with it some essence of the whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try that.
Sure.
Let's try that.
So an Eleanor,
Yeah.
1.5 ounces. Half baked again.
Okay. And we call ours the half-baked because normally when we get in sourced MGP, we let it sit in Texas, and we let Texas have an impact on it.
Right. Did not go through a Texas summer.
It did not go through a Texas summer, so we called it half-baked.
What do we got?
Agave.
Ah, raw
This is
blue.
the sweetness. So this is the replacement for the sugar, the simple syrup, the sugar cube, and then we're using the Fee Brothers old-fashioned bitters. Tastes a little more like Christmas to me.
So this time we're just gonna smoke the cocktail. We're not gonna smoke the glass.
The glass was previously smoked.
Wait, what? Oh my gosh, it really was. Okay.
Don't tell anybody.
This is like one of those cooking shows where it's like, and all our ingredients go into the oven, and in this oven, it's all completed.
Get the last bit of agave. Rainwater.
Rainwater.
Texas rainwater.
That's right. And we do that primarily because it actually opens up the whiskey because it is cask strength whiskey we're putting into there. Yes.
Oh, and the Luxardo cherries.
Yes. Gotta have a Luxardo.
It's like maraschino cherries,
but real.
but mean.
No, but beautiful.
No. But this is like voluptuous,
Yeah.
sassy.
Yeah, not mean.
attitude.
It's like
This has got
luxury.
This has got an attitude. Stiletto heels, ruby red lipstick. I
think
can
it's
go
like
on, Daniel.
dark chocolate versus milk chocolate.
At least immediately coming right off of the wood, I'm not getting that bourbon character from that smoke as nearly as much as I am whenever you just put your nose right inside of here.
I think I get to start on this one.
Well, hold on.
Thanks
Hold on.
for picking it up.
I'm sending it to you. I'm sending it to you.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Oh, the smoke definitely shows up.
Okay.
It carries. Everybody's watching. Don't
Oh
miss it.
yeah. That's weird.
It's very.
It smells like protein. You know what it smells like? It smells like charred, like a teriyaki sauce charred. You know what I mean? Like a sweet sauce charred.
Yeah. It's very present on the nose. How does it carry to the taste?
It's subtle. I'm only really getting it on the nose. I mean, it's in there, but it's only truly present on the nose.
Yeah, cinnamon wins the day on the taste for sure.
Yeah.
You and I were talking about Irish whiskey earlier.
Yeah,
One of our favorite Irish whiskeys.
Connemara.
Connemara.
Connemara is the peated Irish, and I'm always sad
Right.
that there aren't more peated Irish whiskeys.
So did you bring Irish whiskey?
Because they have Irish peat. We buy it.
Well, did you bring Irish whiskey?
I did. I set them, behind Alex.
Okay. So let's
Switch to Peat.
smoke. Let's Peat smoke an Irish whiskey.
All right, so here's what I did.
Yes.
I brought 2 whiskeys, one the Connemara,
Yes.
right?
The peated.
And 2, a totally different whiskey, because what I didn't want to do was figure out what unpeated, if we could recreate Connemara. What I want to know is what other Irish whiskeys taste like, smoky.
This is peat. Now peat basically, this is decaying vegetation and earth. You get it in like bogs
Over
and stuff.
thousands of years.
And they traditionally use it as firewood.
Right, you cut it out, let it dry, burn it. It just smells like dirt.
It just smells faintly like dirt. It's not even a strong smell.
No.
But whenever you get the stuff burning, that's when it really starts to come alive.
First, remember Connemara,
Oh yeah.
and we'll smoke both of our glasses of Irishman. We'll take a sip first, and then we'll subject them to the smoke. Oh yeah,
Ooh.
That's ashy.
Ashy and earthy. And much more akin to what people think they're gonna get in a scotch.
Right. All right, take a sip of this first, so that you know this is the Irishman.
Yeah.
Ooh, buttery and pretty.
That's just classic Irish whiskey.
Yeah, but it's not pot still. It's got a little more malty note to that.
Look at that, man.
See if we can get it started.
It's just dirt, so burning it takes some effort. Oh, smell that. That is peat smoke.
Yeah.
That is enough.
There we go.
Now we have smoke.
All right.
The habadoosh.
That is a completely different smoky note in this room all of a sudden. That is dark and oily smelling. All right, now that the whole
smell
room
is
is
night
full
and
of
day.
smoke, let's see if we can smell these glasses and see if they have a smoky impact. Whoa! Smell that.
Was this?
What is that smell?
Right here.
It's
Irish peat.
no, it's burnt caramel.
rubber. Yeah.
Wow.
It's burnt caramel is what it is.
Yeah, like it's scorched and blackened
Yeah.
on like maybe you burnt this on a frying pan and just let it get so caramelized it charred.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's strong.
It's in the family of like a burnt to a cinder marshmallow.
Like that s'mores kind of vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
s'mores. Oh, it's gone in the taste.
Yeah.
It's only in the nose.
Yeah.
Wow.
It would be a novelty. I wouldn't go back to it or look for it.
Richard, I have one more cocktail smoking experiment
Oh,
that we need
no.
to try.
Here comes trouble.
And as I like to do, this is a blind smoking challenge for Daniel to decipher. And we're gonna go outside and
Okay.
we're gonna smoke this cocktail with a special thing that you have to try and pick out. Are you ready?
Oh, sweet Jesus. It's not tire, is it? It's not burning tire, because I feel like so many of our episodes are basically metaphorical burning tires.
This episode brought to you by the Wizard of Ed's partner. These are marketing professionals who specialize in turning small businesses into big businesses. You can go to wizardofads.com for free articles and advice. Find a marketing professional is going to be a good fit for you.
That didn't really work.
Small businesses into big businesses. Yeah. So we're going to smoke Daniel's whiskey with the skullet and see if he can guess what it is. So this is gonna have to do some damage for it to show up in that whiskey. What did we pour here?
This is the Texas Whiskey Festival blend.
Yeah.
It is a majority Lone Elm wheat whiskey. The remainder of the blend was Ranger Creek rye, and it was finally finished with Treaty Oak Ghost Hill bourbon.
Oh, that is the worst thing ever.
It's just not good. It's not good.
I think we let this go the standard time, and then we double smoke it just to make sure. Just to make sure, because so far the effect was just lingering. We don't want it to linger. We want the infusion. Let's hit it again from this side so you can see. I think this is the worst thing I've done. Daniel, we have prepared your cocktail.
Oh, Lord.
Your delicious and amazing cocktail. Richard, can you pour him an unadulterated...
But the glass contains the smoke. Oh, you mean
An
AB
unadulterated
comparison.
AB.
Okay. Oh my God, it smells terrible. I'm smelling that so strongly. I'm just gonna, I can't smell this glass. That's hair. You burned hair. You burned hair. I can still smell it. Sweet Jesus.
No, dude.
I'm just gonna drink this.
Okay, that's the A.
Wait, let me just.
Don't.
Do you have a napkin or something?
Yes.
It's getting on my hand. I can smell it on my fingers. Smell. Did you carry that glass in? Smell your.
Smell your
fingers. Smell them. Do it.
It smells like a zoo.
It's terrible.
Does it carry through?
It does.
So Daniel,
Yeah.
we just the last week's episode, the Will It Distill, and we threw down a challenge for likes to see if people were interested in the premise. What number did you throw out there?
10,000.
You threw out 10. Within less than 23 hours, we hit 10.
Yep.
So,
My conclusion? I'm willing to do this if you guys will hire someone who knows how to run those things.
I so can run those things. This was a freak accident. You know nothing. Nothing.